Hello, my friend Terry here, and I have a quick training for you today on Facebook. It's 12 questions you can ask people who make a friend request of you. And what I want you to understand that there's art in controlling the conversation, and the person who controls the conversation is the person who's asking the questions. So there's really a million questions that you can ask people, but here's some very foundational questions that I think you'll find very beneficial as people ask you to be their friend. Understand that they approached you, and you get to ask them about them. So hey, look, they asked for it, so you're just now going to engage the conversation. The biggest mistake I think a lot of people make is they start talking way too much about themselves, their business, their product, and do a data dump on people. You need to separate yourself from everybody else by really taking an interest in them. So here's the 12 questions, and I love this question. What made you reach out to me? I always start this with, great to accept your friend request. What made you reach out to me? Now, what I'll do typically is every couple of days is I'll accept my friend requests, so I can just copy and paste a couple of these questions rather. And you don't want to ask all 12 of them in one fell swoop, but I usually ask the two questions, the first two. So, what made you reach out to me, and what do you do? And the key here is to get them talking about themselves. It's what everybody loves to do. And what you want to do is to learn about them and see if there's an agenda, see if they're in a network marketing deal and they're trying to just pitch you, or they really want to be a friend. Unfortunately, there's very few real friends out there, but you know what? Facebook is a wonderful place to build a relationship. So they respond with what they do. You're going to say, well, tell me about that. What does that entail? Have a sincere interest about what they do and be curious about your questions. You don't have to say just what does that entail. If they're an interior designer, how'd you get involved with that type of work? We'll go on to say, how long have you done that type of work? And what you're really trying to do here is listen to what they're saying and also to listen to what they're not saying. And this is going to help you to see, how stable they are in their work or their career. And in many cases, they're going to give you clues about their work ethic and their vision for success. If they're entrepreneurial or if they jump from job to job, you can kind of get a really good understanding of who they are and what they're about by asking some basic questions. I love this one. Are you being affected by the economy? And most people are going to say yes. Gas prices are up. Again, your goal here is to get some insight as to what's going on in their life, in their family, and how is the economy impacting you? Are you not working as much? Have you been cut down? Is your shift work being reduced? Are you being asked to work more hours and less pay? I'm shocked to find that some people, some teachers even, it's been 4 years since they got a pay raise. Oh man, I mean those people are hurting. So again, the more information you get from them, the more insight you're going to have when it comes time, if appropriate, to talk about your company, your products, and your business. What do you like about your job? Now, interesting. I'm interested in what they like about it, but what this is really going to reveal is a lot about their strengths and interests, about who they are. It's going to talk a little bit more about their character, as will this question: what do you dislike about it? When people start talking about their dislikes, odds are they're going to be talking about their weaknesses, their pain. So make note of this. These two questions are important when you start talking to people about your product, about your business. Know what they like, know what they don't like, and try to figure out where their pain is and how you can really help them. Question 8. What'd you do before that? So here what we're trying to do is, really trying to understand their background, their interests. If they've been working at a corporate job for 12 years, 15 years, maybe they're happy with that. Maybe they're frustrated with that. You don't really know. But what we're trying to figure out here is that, are they a person that's loyal? Are they going to stick with something, a job? What's their track record? What you don't want to do is bring somebody into your business, spend a lot of time training and educating them, only for them to jump to another deal, in 2, 3 months. And a lot of people jump all over the place. And you're actually going to be surprised what people start sharing with you once they begin to know you, like you, and trust you. And that's really what it's all about. Now, here's the turn question, if you will. Here's where you begin to start seeing if they are a prospect or just a suspect. Have you ever thought about doing anything else? So again, if they're frustrated, maybe they have, but have been afraid. Maybe they haven't seen something or had someone like you who can be there in the trenches with them as they go to down a different path, if you will, or down a different road. A lot of people, especially people who've been employees all their lives, when it comes down to starting a home-based business, they're scared. They're scared of the unknown. I mean, this is an easy business to do, but it's an easy business not to do. So, what you're trying to do is trying to figure out where they're at, where their hesitations are, where their objections might be when it comes time to your presentation. And a good presentation should actually cover most objections before they even get brought up. Have you ever been involved in a home-based business or owned your own business? Test the waters to find out if they're entrepreneurial at all. A lot of times people have never been involved in a home-based business industry, but they have heard about people, or they knew Aunt Sally was, and they got involved with Amway, and then they did the surprise meetings, and or somebody got involved with a travel deal, spent all this money, thought they were going to market online, and had no success. So find out whether or not they had any experience. A lot of times, even if somebody has had experience, they'll might make a comment to you that, oh, those things never work. And then you can just pause and ask them another question is, well, is it that the industry of network marketing doesn't work, which is a over $100 billion industry, or is it that it didn't work for you? And if you can get them to realize that if it didn't work for them, maybe it was a training issue or a leadership issue, now they're going to be probably drawn a little bit more to you and what you're talking about because you're exhibiting leadership. What experience did you have with it? Again, this is going to give you those clues whether they liked it or not. Try to figure out if they didn't have success, why not? Did they treat it like a hobby and expect a full-time income? Or did they really work hard and the company collapse? Or was there a failure in training? Or was there a failure in leadership? All of these are clues for you so that when you begin to talk to them about your product and your business, you can answer a lot of those objections and help them feel better about themselves. So here's the questions you want to ask ultimately. Are you open to a side project that wouldn't interfere with what you're currently doing? That could make you a little bit of money or a lot of money. They're either going to want to know more, and they'll say, well, depends on what it is, tell me more about that, or they're going to tell you, no thanks. What I want you to know is that both of those answers are perfect answers. They're both perfect answers. You're looking for people who are looking for what you have. What you have, if you're in a fat loss company, that's not for everybody. A lot of people need it, but just because they need it, that doesn't mean they want it. If you're in a video deal, a lot of people are scared to be in front of video. Video's wonderful, it's an awesome way to communicate and to market. So it doesn't really matter what your business model is. Not everybody's going to be interested in what you have. I don't care what you have. Even my business, not everybody's going to want to be part of my business, and that's okay. There's enough people out there, though, that are looking for exactly what we have to offer. So our goal is to expose the information, ask the questions, and see if there's a fit. Does that make sense? So remember this. Questions are really the answers. And there really are a million questions that you can ask. And as I just went through those 12 questions really quickly. You want to ask maybe 1 or 2 questions at a time. You don't want to go send 4 questions or 5 questions out. And you don't want your prospect to feel like they're being interrogated. It should be a natural flow back and forth. They're going to ask you, you're going to ask them, and that's the way it should go. So again, the key there is, be yourself and be real. No exact questions there. Take an interest in the person, be curious, create curiosity. Don't be too eager to tell them everything you have about you and your business and your products and things like that. Wait for them to ask about you and what you do. Be brief when you tell them about what you do and then change the subject back to them. That's the smart way to do that. Again, the big mistake a lot of people make is they do a data dump talking about how wonderful their product is, their comp plan is, and how it's growing like crazy, and you got to do this. And, you end up chasing people away. People who are in network marketing obviously love the network marketing industry. But people who are in network marketing who get quote unquote hard sold or just pitched, it's such a big turnoff. It really says that you are just an unprofessional amateur. Don't be like that, my friend. Be professional, take an interest, be casual. Almost you want to get to the point where you're so casual where you don't really care if they join you or not. You'd love to have them work with you, but you're not attached, because a lot of times when they feel that you're not attached, they actually are drawn to you. And remember, people like to do business and have relationships with people that they know, like, and trust. And remember, have fun with this process. You can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So just go for it. Enjoy the process. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, or if you got any comments, or if you have any great questions that you ask to your prospects on Facebook, or even if you're out and about, please leave them below. My name is Terry Petrovic. Remember this, your success is my business. Have a very prosperous day, because you absolutely deserve it. Take care. Bye-bye now.